What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is February the 24th. Happy Monday, everyone. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So, starting off with data points, not a lot today. It is going to be more of a technical driven day, and in some stocks, some cases, it's not necessarily the best. But as of right now, the futures seem to be fairly good. So things are recovering. Dow is up 0.62, S&P up 0.53, and then NASDAQ is up 0.28. But as what you can see from the pre-market so far, it is going to be a very bumpy ride. So I think there is still a certain level of fear in the market, but at the same time, maybe some people are just seeing it as unjustified. A lot of big earnings coming up this week that could potentially save the market as well. So we'll just have to wait and see how this all does play out. But the fear and greed index does seem to be working for once. So it is under the fear category, moving from the neutral. So as of right now, people's appetite for risk isn't necessarily on the table. And for the most part, that's resemblant based on the stocks I'm going to be talking on. But with that said, let's get right to Sofi. So Sofi is up 0.95%. No news, no SEC filings from this morning, as you can kind of see right here. So it's just been kind of piggybacking off of the broader market. The pullback on Friday was rather excessive, so it going down 5.72%. So market's kind of pushing Sofi up a little bit. 11.8% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 127.03 million shares. So anticipate shorts to be a little bit more active as kind of they are, I guess, waking up on Thursday and Friday. So starting to increase their daily volume. So shows that they are wanting to maybe suppress Sofi a little bit more, potentially. But as of right now, with it at $14.80, it is trading between this S1 and this S2. So $14.45 will be a strong support. $14.92 followed by $15.69 will be the next strong target / resistance. I don't see this pivot point being touched of $15.69. Possibly this S1 most likely will be broken, so Sofi will probably be flirting with that throughout the day, but that's who knows, anything could happen with Sofi. But moving on, ticker MLGO gaining still some pretty good traction. So it is up 22.01% so far this morning. That's following Friday's crazy run up 453%, and it did have a high of 1171. So if we kind of look back at what did happen, you can kind of generally see some good support and resistance points. So as of right now, with that $7.76 pre-market, you kind of know around that mid 8s, kind of low 10s is kind of points to watch for. Most likely, given the fear that's still in the market, though, a lot of day traders and just momentum players, swing traders or whatever else, are going to be focusing on MLGO. So most likely this will have a secondary run today. So just let me know your viewpoint on that. Shorts did double down quite a lot. So 19.56% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 1.91 million shares. So shorts went from roughly 7.6% to 19.56% from Friday. So shorts tried, but clearly them increasing, or like I guess tripling down, didn't really cause much suppression whatsoever. So just kind of watch for that. And like I already mentioned, just generally look at what happened on Friday for support and resistance points, because it's already well above all the key fib levels. Moving on, I did not anticipate to see Lucid on the top most, I guess, traded stocks this morning, but here we have it. It is down 2.29%, and it is because of a re-rating. So Tobias did cut his $3.50 price target to $1.13, and it's obviously a couple days before their earnings. Pure manipulation, if you ask me, but shorts probably will be doubling down today, taking advantage of that fear and just the broader fear as well. But 19.4% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 231.17 million shares overall are being shorted. So anticipate shorts to be a little bit active, because leading up to today's date, they have been returning. So it's been rather odd. So potentially signaling that they feel like their upcoming earnings is going to be good. But again, anything is possible. This is kind of a clear view of what has been happening recently. So it went from roughly 23.42% short interest, slowly returning to where we are now at 19.4. So it is rather odd because I've been covering Lucid for a good 3 years now, and seeing this price action is very odd. You very rarely do see shorts return. With exception of, it looks like 2023 a little bit, but let me know your viewpoint on that. With it at $2.99 though, it is right below this pivot point of $3. So that's going to be a key point to really watch in the short term, and then 261 is going to be the following support. So let me know your viewpoint on that in the comments below. In my opinion, just with the earnings right around the corner, and I think this is the most optimistic people could be ever in Lucid's history, I think this dip might be bought, but then again, like I said, what do I know? But Palantir is going down 3.53%. So a lot of that fear that's been starting ever since Elon and Trump kind of cut the spending essentially through the Pentagon. And as well, Alex did state that 1.2 billion sell. That really kickstarted a lot of the fear in the market. And then as well, you had just a lot of inflationary data. That combined, Palantir is just going down. So it is sitting at 97 and change. Shorts have been rather active with Palantir, which is very odd on a side note, because anyone betting against Palantir has largely lost, and shorts know that, as what you can kind of see from this right here. But 3.16% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 68.32 million shares overall are being shorted. Kind of comical though, but there is more dollar value in shorts or shorting Palantir than some companies even have market caps, like 6.92 billion. So kind of comical for that, but nonetheless, I do anticipate shorts to start increasing their position again, and they do get these bold runs where they generally just start to increase, possibly thinking that they have found a bottom, but again, they've largely been wrong. But you never know, this time could be something different. I think this is one of the biggest pullbacks that Palantir has ever had in its brief history right here. So yeah, let me know your general thoughts. With it right now at 98 and change, it is right below this R3, so 98.86 is going to be that key point that you really want to watch for it to close above today. $90.52 will be the next strong support. So if it does fail to hold this, then anticipate a further pullback, and maybe that's why shorts and other big entities are kind of betting on that. But moving on, Nvidia is up 1.74%. No news today, nothing like that. I think it's just FOMO, a lot of good optimism for their upcoming earnings, which is the 26th after hours. Good estimates, so 85 cents for the earnings per share, 38.15 billion for the revenue. That is absolute insanity. 38.15 billion. Over the last 90 days, 6 positive, 2 negative revisions to the earnings per share. Shorts have been returning quite a lot despite the volatility that's been following Nvidia, but 1.13% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 266.03 million shares overall are being shorted. So just for clarity, a lot of the stocks that I did talk on today are not squeeze plays. I'm just bringing it up for analysis purposes, so don't get the wrong idea. Only one that could potentially be a crazy squeeze, which obviously based on Friday is somewhat justified to say that, is MicroAlgo on a side note. But I already did include this on a squeeze video. But like I said, shorts 1.16% or 1.13% of the free float is being shorted. Some points to watch for with it at 136 and change. It is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 143 is going to be that next strong target / resistance. Then 129 is going to be the next strong support. I don't see either being touched today. The most likely is just going to slowly gravitate towards this R1 leading into their earnings, and then dependent on the results, we'll just have to kind of wait and see. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. What other stocks are you trading? So throw some tickers in the description below. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon where I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.